Hello and welcome back to a very special coffee tasting video. We'll get to that in just a little bit, but if it's your first time here, we are an Nespresso-centric channel. We deal with the Vertuo line and the original line of Nespresso. So if that interests you, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you're alerted anytime we drop a new video, which is every Tuesday. We talked last week a little bit about, I discussed the crema and how to get better crema. A lot of you responded to that. One person brought up that the water is important. 100%, that is important. I assumed, and that was my bad, I assumed that people had seen some of the previous videos where we talked about only using purified water. I guess, yeah, if you have hard water or soft water, things like that, that is going to affect the taste. It's going to affect the crema. It's going to affect everything. My best suggestion is if you want the most neutral you can get, just use purified water, and that should work out really well for you, along with your clean glassware. Also, this starts the first video for October, so the contest is back on. And I do want to actually make a note that the contest is not going to be just a one-time thing like it's been in the past. We normally just had one contest for the month of September, or one contest for the month of August, or one contest for the month of July. Any video, even multiple videos, including, not limited to, every single video released in a month can potentially have that hidden word that does not fit. If that is one of those videos and you're the first one to comment, you win. It's as simple as that. If you're new here, please check out the website, www.nespressoreview.com. That will have the rules that will be updated for the contest. But basically, in a nutshell, you're looking for a word that does not fit the sentence, such as, "This was very good coffee, trailer hitch. I like it, you should go purchase it." Trailer hitch obviously doesn't fit in the sentence. That would be the word you would type down there. If you're the first one to comment, you win your choice of coffee. It's that easy. And now, for the first time ever, that can happen multiple videos in a given month. So we can have multiple winners, multiple contests every single month. We may only have one. We might have four. You never know. Just listen for the words, and if you're the first one to comment, you win. All right, moving on. We had the patrons vote for this week's content, and what won by an overwhelming amount was the coffee we're going to review today, which is Aged Sumatra. We have a special guest taster for coffee today. I would like to introduce you to Larry Walker, my father-in-law, down here visiting us in Arizona for my birthday, which would be the day before you see this video. He's going to be our guest coffee taster. Larry, tell him about the experience you have tasting coffee.
Probably 50-some years worth of experience.
Lots of experience.
I like my coffee black.
There, see, another professionally trained coffee drinker, like myself. All right, moving on. We have the Aged Sumatra, so let's take a look at what they say here. All right, the aromatic profile, the coupling of Indonesia's Giling Basha method, I hope I'm saying that right, Basa method, with the meticulous aging over several years, develops this coffee's precious profile. Aged Sumatra is distinctly woody and spicy, with a roasted character and complex notes of cocoa and tobacco.
I like my coffee black.
I'm hoping that the tobacco that comes through is not as potent or has a different flavor than the Cuba did. You remember what I was not a fan of the Cuba. I know I'm in the minority in that opinion, but I didn't really like the tobacco flavor of the Cuba coffee. So hopefully this is either a different flavor or isn't as pronounced. So let's take a look. Their origin is the high up around Gayo Mountain in the Aceh province of the island of Sumatra. The farmers practice the Giling Basha method of processing coffee, much as they do across Indonesia. But then these Aceh farmers add meticulous twist. Since 2016 and over 3 years, the beans are stocked in a breathable jute bags, losing and gaining moisture following nature's rhythm. This sounds very, very interesting. When we picked it up at the Nespresso store, the lady said, now this is the 2016 batch, like it mentions in here. She said that they put it out for a year and a half. It's then whatever they do, probably that Giling Basha, or however you say that method, they remix it. It's then aged another year and a half and then actually processed into the coffee. This sounds wonderful. Let's take a look at these pods. Take a look at that. See what we got here. We got them actually labeled all the way around, Aged Sumatra. Aged Sumatra all the way around. It's labeled on the bottom. So we're to expect, I wanted to look really quickly before we do this. Roastiness is a 4, acidity is a 1. That's cool, so it's not gonna have much acid. Body is a 4, bitterness is a 4. Wow, so it's gonna have some bite. And then the intensity 8 out of 13, and it's a 1.35 ounce shot. So it's a regular espresso shot. I'm excited to try this. It sounds special. Aged Sumatra, let's go brew a shot. Aged Sumatra, round 1. I'm gonna get 2 shots so that I can try it and Larry can try it also. So let's get our first shot going here. All right, we got our shots done. Yeah, just judging from the color of it, level 8, probably pretty close. Boy, it's got a really potent smell to it. It kind of almost like a bitter smell to it. So, well, let's go give this a taste. All right, I'm just gonna fold in a little bit of the crema here. Woody and spicy, complex notes of cocoa and tobacco. Aged Sumatra, let's give this a taste. Wow.
It's not bad.
That's
Definitely
pretty good.
Experience for me, not bad at all.
That's pretty good. So what is that secondary flavor?
Surprisingly good, actually.
Yeah. So I think it's a spicy note, and then there's almost like the woody, I don't know, is coming out as much as I initially taste like a cocoa flavor, and then a little bit of a spice flavor, and I don't know what spice they're referring to, but it's got a little bit of bite, and that's probably that bitterness. I was a little worried with the level 4 bitterness being there, that it was going to be overpowering. It's not. It's very, very pleasant. I think it's because they controlled the acidity. The acidity is very low, and so that extra bite doesn't overpower your palate. Yeah, the spicy, I don't know that I taste much. It has a little bit of an odd, I don't want to say odd in a bad way, but it's got a little bit of an odd aftertaste, and I believe it's the tobacco flavor. This is going to be a little bit of a bizarre analogy, but it's almost like the taste of a filter at the end of a cigarette.
I'm a non-smoker, I don't know.
That's like the weirdest, like that's like the best analogy I can say. It's like the leftover flavor at the end of the filter. So it's a very, very, very light tobacco taste. So if you were like myself and you did not appreciate that heavy tobacco flavor of the Cuban, this one's very, very light. I think if you didn't think about it, you wouldn't notice it. I don't.
Yeah.
Do you notice much of a tobacco at all?
No, it's definitely different, but I like it.
Yeah, the woody, not much. It's like a cocoa. It's like a pleasant, soft cocoa taste, and then the spiciness there, and then as it diminishes over time on your tongue, you get that light, ever so light tobacco flavor, which I think is pretty pleasant. So far, this is.
I do too.
So far, this is pretty good. They don't really give us any guidance as to turning this into anything else. I think it warrants at least looking at it as a, like just adding a couple of ounces of milk into it and trying it that way. So I think we'll go round 2 and we'll at least, that was our dog letting herself back in again. Somebody mentioned that we haven't shown Mia for eons. There's Mia now. Holy cow. She's such a big girl now, and still just an absolute joy, aren't you? Aren't you? Aren't you? Yes, you are. All right. All right, so I do think that we should at least go round 2. So let's put this together with a little bit of milk. Let's go round 2. Let's go brew another shot. We're gonna go round 2 aged Sumatra. I'm gonna get the shot going here. So we're gonna get that going, and then we're gonna do 2 ounces of milk, and we're just gonna put it on the normal frothing setting. Shot's done, and it almost landed exactly when that was done. Let's get the milk in. All right, aged Sumatra with 2 ounces of milk. Let's go give this a taste. All right, so what I did is I split it between my cup and his cup so we could each get a good taste of it. So aged Sumatra with 2 ounces of milk. Let's give it a taste. I think the tobacco flavor comes through more. But was
I almost liked it better as the shot.
Yeah.
Which surprised me because I thought the shot would be very powerful, and it wasn't.
Yeah, no. You don't normally drink espresso type stuff. No. And it was very good. I was honestly surprised. They said level 8. They had the bitterness up there. I was actually a little scared because I didn't know how it. But it's pretty smooth. This one, I don't know that I care for that.
I like the other better, which
Yeah.
surprises me.
Yeah.
Surprises me.
Me too. It's got a little bit of an odd aftertaste. Again, the smell when you go up, it almost has a campfire, which I think is like the tobacco flavor. It almost smells like a campfire when you bring it up. The spicy cocoa is all but gone. And the only thing I really taste with the milk in it is that kind of that tobacco flavor. I'm not sure this is quite the outcome I wanted with this. So I think we will go round 3. I'm gonna blend it up really quick and see if it doesn't enhance this a little bit more. So let's go round 3. Let's go brew another shot. All right, we're gonna go round 3. I'm gonna get this shot going. I'm gonna do the exact same amount for the milk. We're gonna go with 2 ounces of milk. And then because it had the spicy and the cocoa notes in there, I'm gonna put in a half pump of chocolate. So let's give that just a little half pump of chocolate. We're gonna put it right in the milk because you know I love adding the flavor directly to the milk. Normal froth again. All right, that's done. It finished. All right, here we go. Let's go give this a taste. All right, so what I did again was I split it between the 2 cups. So we have aged Sumatra, 2 ounces of milk, half pump of chocolate. Let's give this one a taste.
I like that, just a touch better than the other.
Yeah,
Straight
but
is
still, it just doesn't quite pull it together. I thought maybe adding a little bit of the sweet cocoa would help bring in the cocoa flavor there, but I don't think it did.
I like it a little better.
Yeah, I don't. As far as the smell, the chocolate's masking that tobacco smell that was with the regular cup. Honestly, it kind of just gets. This really gets lost in milk. This one just had kind of a weird tobacco flavor, and then you can taste the chocolate, but not much of the coffee. So, well, let's take a look at what they're doing here. Aged Sumatra, $1.20 a pod. I always have to go back to what was its primary thing, and the only thing they really recommended was it as an espresso.
I liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I liked the woody, not so much. Spicy came through, the cocoa came through, and then that, I guess, my interesting description of the tobacco. I guess the biggest takeaway from my weird description of the tobacco flavor is that it's very, very light. So like I said, if you were not a fan of that heavier Cuban pungent tobacco flavor, I think you might find this pleasant. It's just a hint of it, but overall it's the cocoa notes and the spicy notes that really came through. It's not harsh. It's got a little bit of bite, but because of the very, very low acidity, I didn't find it unpleasant on the tongue at all. With the milk, it really just kind of came through as tobacco flavor, which I really didn't care for that with milk. Milk and a half pump of chocolate, it kind of just got lost in there. Pretty much nothing came through. So putting the weight, I'm gonna say this is a purchase as an espresso. 3 out of 5 pods. So it's not a huge purchase, but I think it warrants trying. It's got a very unique flavor as an espresso. $1.20 a pod. And the fact that it kind of doesn't blend with anything. You can't really turn this into anything else. I think if you put it as an iced coffee, it's just gonna be lost. Like, I don't think you're gonna taste anything out of it. So I didn't really go the iced coffee route. As an espresso, pretty good. The milk and chocolate. So I still think it's a purchase. I think it's worth trying. I'll be honest, I had a really high hopes for this, and it kind of let me down a little bit. I was really excited, especially after the lady was telling us, oh, it's a year and a half, and then they do this whole process to it in another year and a half, and I was really had some high hopes for this, and it's good, but man, we've had better. This one, unique, different flavor, definitely worth trying, but I'm gonna keep it at the 3 out of 5 pods because I think it's just kind of okay. So, well, what did you think?
It surprised me as this. Is this
As the
right here was
espresso,
a little more
yeah.
disappointing.
Yeah.
I liked it a little bit better with the chocolate, but this was the best way to sample it.
Yeah, just as an espresso.
Which surprised me because I was figuring it was something that I was going to have to chew on as an espresso, you know? So it went down pretty smooth. I was surprised.
Yeah, as an espresso, it's pretty good.
And I feel kind of wired right now.
I think it's got a little bit of caffeine in it.
Yeah.
I can tell myself. Normally I'm not. I think it's got some serious caffeine in it.
Yes, it does.
They never tell you where things are at, but level 8 intensity, again, I don't know where the caffeine's at, but I'm gonna guess just from how I feel and what you're describing, it's pretty decent up there in the caffeine.
Right.
So, yeah.
If you want a caffeine fix, go with it.
That might be that might be your ticket. That'll bring us to a close of another video. I thank you so much for your time. For all of you on the patron section, thank you so much for voting for this. We will have another vote for next week's, unless you just want me to take the next one down the list of what you voted for. But I think we'll throw up another vote. You guys will get a chance to have your say again for the next week's content. And speaking of contest, was there a hidden word in here? I don't know. You'll have to go back and listen. There might have been, there might not have been. You never know. And if you would like to see any coffee reviewed, providing us with an espresso line, the virtual line, or the original line, drop that down into the comments. I'll do my level best to get it out to you. And to all of my patrons, again, I thank you so much for your continued support. You guys are awesome, and it truly, honestly means the world to me that you guys support the channel directly that way. And I mean that as sincerely as anyone can mean that. So thank you once again. And if you're new to the channel or you haven't yet, consider liking, subscribing. Make sure you hit the bell notification so you're alerted every Tuesday. Thank you guys for getting the word out. We're on our way to 10,000 subscribers. That's our goal. And I would like to thank my guest, Larry, for guest tasting with us. What did you think? How did you like the process? You're welcome.
It was fun.
What did you think of the process? It's not like the video turns out, is it?
No. I actually thought we were finished, and my last comments were, I thought we're off camera.
Speaking of that, I believe next week we will be filming the behind the scenes version of a coffee review. So be looking forward to that on the patron section. But until then, have a great rest of your day.